Hey, so I was thinking about the concept of synchronicity and how it could be connected to altered states for a while now, and I actually made a video on it before, so you guys can check that one out. Since then, I've come across new information that I think sheds light on what might be occurring, and I think it has to do with meditation too. I'll give you a quick recap on the ideas that I had. So basically, I was explaining how I believed that altered states of consciousness were something that was considered to be like entropy, or it's pretty much identical to entropy. So basically, as an ice cube moves from being from a solid into a liquid into a gas, how those states change is basically what's happening within the mind. This is what I believe happens when we go into an altered state. What I didn't think about is how meditation comes into play with this. Fortunately, an intelligent Shroomery member actually made this connection and wrote about the parallel a few years ago. I actually have the quote here so I can read it out for you guys. So he says here, the topic is called Psychedelics, Meditation, and Psychosis. He says, jarring intense mental escapes can ensue from any of the actions that cause mental state changes, i.e., as it goes from a gaseous to a liquid and horror of horrors to solid. You may not like to think of mind as an element with states, but that is what we are playing with here with meditated absorption, emotion, and psychedelic drugs. The strongest doses cause a solidification of moments layered on top of each other. Milder and lingering moments of experience overlap with fluid trails. Milder still, and the layers are a pleasant gaseous enhancement, and none at all, and the fog is gone, so to speak, and the air is clean. Resisting stiffly oppositional mental objects in the stream of consciousness is the essence of psychosis. In my other videos, it's possible I had the direction mixed up on which way the entropy was, whether if it was like positive or negative, so I'll have to sort of sit down and work that out later. Basically, my theory was that as expansion increases from taking a psychedelic drug or through meditative absorption, as we now learned, I believe that there is an ineffable connection to the physical world of events which is altered by the change in mind state to cause a negative entropy effect on the physical world of events, making synchronicities more likely to occur. I've been suggesting this concept forever to a Shroomery member, the one that I quoted above, and as a strong materialist and reductionist, he'll give me, a quote that, actually I can bring it up here. It's not even his quote, someone else quoted me this, and this is basically what I hear over and over. Yeah, so here it is. They'll say, the brain looks for patterns, any damn crazy pattern. Raw can equal potato. In a chaotic universe, it's meat, chance, and odds that order and structure develop. Humans have a unique need, a requirement for meaning. We give and see value where there is none. We enjoy mind games. We enjoy our illusions. So I had an experience of basically strings of impossible synchronicities all relating each other like a chain reaction in a short period of time, and it was accompanied by an internal voice that was explaining the events and what was going on. And I can understand how we can look at like one-off coincidences, like just one that occurs as meaningless, but when you have just a huge chain of them, then you have to maybe think maybe there's something else out there going on. So that's why I'm personally open to it, but I can understand why other people wouldn't be. So what happened to me at that part, or what I just explained, I later recognized to be a psychotic episode. But I only recently made the connection that this side effect from psychonaut endeavors might be something that people who meditate also would have to deal with. And lo and behold, I look it up on Google. I do a Google search, and I find that there's a term dubbed Kundalini psychosis. So apparently schizophrenics are advised against doing mindfulness practices, as well as I was finding claims from articles that meditation causes or triggers psychosis. And some articles warned against the dangers of Kundalini awakening without a guided master, like a guru, because it's basically like you're dreaming in the real world, and it could be sometimes lethal for some people, I guess, because, you know, they can make poor choices and choices that they haven't really thought out properly. So it's best to do it in a situation where you have guidance and it's controlled, and you have someone there that understands what psychosis is, because I think the problem is that people trying to go through it that don't understand psychosis, and I think that was what I went through, so it was probably lucky that I made it out okay, because I guess some people can do pretty bad things, and I can see how it can go wrong, because it's very, once your ego drops, you lose the boundaries that you had before, so you don't necessarily think about things that would stop you from doing things. So it's like, it's boundary dissolving, but so it's a transition that should be conducted in a controlled environment. And I also read that synchronicity is rumored to increase with meditation and overall enlightenment. So I can see how all of this, you know, stuff could connect. I mean, it's an interesting idea, whether or not it is anything actually, but I just thought I would share that, so I'll see you guys later.